Good.
So, who wants to start? How they feel?
You can start.
Okay. So when I went in, I was more scared going in. Just felt like I wouldn't be seeing anybody again, and knowing the fact that I'll be there forever was not nice. I got inside and my emotions were everywhere. Just completely weird. It's quite hard to explain.
What did you think when you are inside? What do you have any image in your mind?
Quite an ugly way of dying. There's nothing glamorous. Well, obviously not going to be glamorous, but I don't know really.
Yeah, you were really upset when you went in already in the beginning. You were actually crying.
Yeah.
Was it the fear of closing and being locked in a dark space, or was it really the fact that you were thinking about death as
Yeah,
would be it
death
for you?
as well, yeah. And then you're just saying goodbye to the outside world, and that's your only little world in there. That's all. That's it.
And if it had to happen like today at that moment, would you have been ready to go?
Not a chance.
Mm. Okay.
Second using next.
When I got in, it was a very weird feeling. Being inside, first cold. I felt so much cold, and I just was like playing around with the torch. And honestly, I think about my grandfather who passed away a month ago, and I was here. So it's weird, but I thought maybe if he had felt the same, he was quite tall, and there was enough space for me there because I'm too short. So it was like comfortable because you have some space to move, but it's all dark inside, but cold mostly. Still cold.
Yeah, you're still cold.
It's a weird feeling that you're not. The coffin's big enough, but you don't feel it is big enough when you're alive. But when you're dead, plenty big enough because.
Yeah.
For you, still like freeze.
Yeah.
Without any movement.
And I suppose hardly anybody who's going to get that experience of being in a coffin. We do know what it's like, but my mum and my dad, even when they're dead, they're not going to have that experience and know what it's like to be in a coffin. So I think that's a really good experience what we've just done.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was trying to prepare myself mentally in a way to think, this is happening and I'm having kind of an out-of-body experience while I'm in there. But when I went in, the first feeling that I felt was claustrophobic. It felt hot, actually, for me, because I could feel my breath hitting the lid and going back on me, which was really frustrating at a point. I was just like, it's big enough. I felt comfortable lying down. I didn't feel that it's small, but I felt that the weight of this coffin is really hitting me. And I started trying to protect myself and just saying this is just a box. So it was really hard for me to go into that other level. I really tried to protect myself and counteract it immediately. But the way that I started thinking about everything is just, it's such a business. While we're talking to the lady, everything has a reason for the flowers that stay on the grid so it doesn't slid off the... I was hearing voices as well while I was in there. I was just trying to... kind of got a little bit angry. As weird as it might sound, I mean, death is such a immense impact on any human being's life. If you lose someone, the grief that you live with afterwards is just really... it strikes you. And the way that it was handled, it's an everyday thing actually, death is a business, and that just really, that was the thought that stuck with me the whole time, and I don't know why it bothered me. And it shouldn't, because when we're dead, we're dead. And I feel maybe the coffin didn't scare me because it was a box and I felt claustrophobic, but when I die, I wouldn't do it.
You don't really feel that at all.
No. And also, I don't want to be in a coffin. I want to be cremated immediately. That's like, as more convinced ever, that would be the way I want to do
But
it.
you'll still be going in a coffin to get to cremation.
No, that's true. I didn't think about that. Oh, I don't know. I just, the box scares me. Really, that's main feeling. Scary thought. Yeah.
So for me, just before I went in, I didn't think maybe I was scary because I don't like the dark place and especially really neighborhood. And just I have some experience when someone locked me in the like a small room, and I really want to get off that place.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like because you don't know when you can go outside. So I just imagine maybe I will feel uncomfortable or just shaking or something. But when I lie inside, just suddenly feel relaxed, like peaceful. But I still feel my breath is like shaking a bit when because I just afraid it's not normal breathe.
Yeah.
Just when you just the air comes out, it's like a just
And you can really hear your breathing in that coffin.
Yeah.
That was one thing I was constantly like just breathe normal.
Yeah.
But I couldn't.
Yeah.
I started like breathing faster, and I'm like trying to calm myself down. So that's something also immediately. I'm sure you'll hear it when we play back the sounds, but
just in the beginning, I want to just make my breath like normal, and then just I can hear everything. So it makes me not that it's hard to imagine when I died. I lie down inside because I still feel safety.
yeah, around. Because we didn't have the lights on in the coffin, so it was pitch black. But the only thing that I realized as I looked down on my feet, there was like a string of white light coming through. So that was kind of like every time I looked down, as soon as you look up, you can't see anything. Your eyes don't even catch that little light, but when you lift your head, you can actually see it, but you can't see movement. Just like a bit of light coming in. So that kind of was a little bit calming, but every time I looked up, I couldn't see anything. So it kind of shocks you back.
I didn't close my eyes. I just feel.
You didn't have to. It was a pitch black dark.
I try to just the size. I try to feeling about the size. I imagine if I alive and someone not love me, maybe they think I'm dying and put me inside. Maybe I will scratch the wound. I just imagine.
Yeah, I also kind of just try to feel. And the thing that also bothered me is there's like this much space really in front of your face that you can really do that. But I don't even know what I would do. Try to lift it. If you had to think there was like 6 feet deep ground on top of
If you was
you,
buried alive, what would you do?
what can
If you
you
were-
do?
Have you seen?
If my knocking, you didn't hear it.
You would not hear it, no.
No.
Not under the ground. I think you'd have to let yourself go.
You couldn't
You'd
hear
have
me
to
when
tell
I was
yourself this is it. Otherwise you're going to go mad before you die.
The people in the Victorian days, they took poison, didn't they, if they woke up?
Yeah, and they had a little bell too, in case.
I have heard this news. Just someone think their grandmother died and they put inside, and after one day they open the. She's still alive.
Really? How long was that for?
One day.
Oh, God.
One day? Oh.
But she was sick, so maybe she can feel, but she can't talk. She
Imagine that you're paralyzed and you're in a coffin. Oh my gosh, I think I'd go crazy. That's the thing. If you're underground and you're alive and you wake up, I think you just have to let yourself like understand you're gonna die like this now, and you should just try not to make yourself crazy. But how you would do that, I don't know.
I will try to get
You can't move it. Oh no.
Weird. No, when she said about that body being in that coffin next to us,
Yeah, no, that freaked me
I
out.
think maybe there still was a body in there, and she just had to get away around it because of the nameplate being on the coffin,
Yeah.
and perhaps we wasn't able to. Perhaps nobody's able to see that apart from the people that work there. So when I thought she might have worked around it to say there isn't a body, but I still think there was a body.
Oh gosh. Yeah, because it didn't want to put anything on the coffin then.
Yeah, for respect. Something.
I would feel offended if somebody put their laptop on top of me if I was dead. Not that I would know, but we are just human, right? Yeah.
We feel unpleasant if we put something on there. But actually, if I imagine when I die, they can put everything on my body. Just I don't mind. I think they might feel the same. But why people think we can't do something for that body? It's not good manner. Maybe they scare or they think it's.
I think we think when we see a body that it's alive. I don't think anybody's automatic response would be it's a dead person, there's nothing to it. When you see a body, you still feel feelings as a normal human being to another. It's kind of, you want to leave it alone. I don't know, that's how I feel if I saw I've seen dead body, I just want to leave the presence of it. It's all, it really just, that's kind of why I think nobody wants to step on it or anything. It's not because I think it's a scary thought, I just think it's as a human being, you still see it as alive. I don't know if that makes sense. Not really, but I don't know. It's just, in my head, that's how it would go down, if I can put it that way.
And courageous people that know that they're going to die as well. People with like cancer illnesses. Crazy.
Yeah. They have to prepare themselves.
How do you prepare for death? Weird. I don't think you can.
I think people can feel it. Only months ago, sometimes that happens. For example, as I told you, what happened with my grandfather is that he had amnesia, and he started to say like crazy things, and sometimes it was quite funny. But one day he was on a farm near a tree, and he told somebody that he came from the earth and he will return to the air.
Really?
Yeah. So, and that was like 2 weeks before he died. So I think he felt it.
They do say there's that whole cycle of you get decomposed, you go into soil, then you like rise, you get eaten by a worm comes to earth, the worm lets out whatever, and then it goes, it's like a big cycle like that. That'd be quite nice, but
Does anybody believe in reincarnation?
I'd like to, but I don't.
No, reincarnation, like
Coming back as something else.
yeah, coming back in another body, in a cow.
Well, in a living
Yeah.
thing, yeah, I think it's
No,
you would never be the same. I just wonder.
Just really
Yeah, I think it's done now.